In the last year, since I started making these YouTube videos on living in Seattle and what it's like to move over here, I've had a lot of people reach out to me that are working from home. They just want to live in the Pacific Northwest, but they're not necessarily tied to the city of Seattle or one of those close, tech-centered, job-centered suburbs. They're people that work remote. They want to live somewhere near Seattle, but they're willing to explore options that aren't necessarily within a commutable distance to Seattle. So I've been wanting to make this video where I go over some options for those of you that are working from home, you want to live in the Pacific Northwest, but some other cities that provide kind of a different type of lifestyle within the Seattle metro area, as opposed to some of the larger cities in this metropolitan area. So let's dive into those cities here on this video. Hey everyone, I'm Bryce Greenleaf. I'm a local real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area. And as I said, I make videos all about what it's like living over here in Seattle. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you get notified whenever I make new videos. I love helping you guys out. Like I say, a lot of you reach out to me here from YouTube. You can call, text, or email me anytime. Be more than happy to help you. Like I said, I'm an active real estate agent, so I love helping you guys out, purchasing a home when you're coming over this way. So if you are somebody that's thinking about moving over to the Seattle metro area, you need help making that transition and finding that right home for you, I'd be more than happy to help you through that process, so feel free to reach out to me here. But like I said, on this video, I want to talk about those of you that are working remote, working from home. You want to live somewhere in the Seattle metro area, relatively close to Seattle in the Pacific Northwest, but you're not tied to Seattle, you're not tied to commuting to that Seattle area, so you want to explore some other options that might give a little bit different lifestyle, some better home prices, and things like that. So as we all know, since COVID started, a lot more people are now working from home, working remote. There's plenty of companies that initially just started saying, hey, you're just going to work from home, part-time or just through this COVID, and then once we get out of COVID, everybody's going to come back to the office. And now a lot of companies have said, look, if you want to just work from home, work from home. You can do that permanently. It hasn't decreased productivity. So there's a lot of people that are now permanently working from home, and it just expands their options of where they can live now that they don't have to commute to a job. Some of the most popular cities over here in the Seattle metro area for people moving to are, close to Seattle or on that east side of Seattle that I always talk about in my videos. And these are cities like Bellevue and Kirkland and Redmond and Issaquah and Sammamish and Bothell and Maple Valley. All these cities kind of on this east side are very, very popular for people that are moving over here for jobs and whatnot. So a lot of my videos have been about those cities. So on this video specifically, I'm going to go over some cities that are much further out where you don't have to commute to those areas. But just for comparison's sake, I'm going to put the median prices of those cities, those popular cities right over here. I'm going to put those median prices right here so you can kind of compare what I'm talking about. These cities, the most popular ones right here, are those that are the more expensive areas because people are needing to be close to where their job might be. And that's okay. These are great areas to live. Maybe you're somebody watching this video and you're going to be working part-time from home, or you're still working full-time in the office and you just want to watch this video. That's totally okay. These are some great cities, so don't necessarily let the home prices scare you too much. But I want to compare these other places I'm going to go over right now to the home prices here so you can see that you get a little bit of a break in home prices if you go further out, if you're working from home and don't have to deal with a commute. So the first one I want to go over here is Bonney Lake. So Bonney Lake is about 40 miles south of Seattle, and the median home price here in Bonney Lake is $600,000. So the main reason that Bonney Lake has expanded so much over the recent years is because of a master plan community called Tahali. So Tahali has thousands and thousands of homes in this new master plan community. They're building out some commercial areas. There's a school in Tahali. There's going to be, it sounds like, restaurants and other commercial buildings available within the Tahali master plan community. They currently have 9 different builders in the Tahali master plan community. So if you're somebody that's looking to shop for a new construction home, this can be a great place to do so because there's a lot of different options that you can consider. You can buy homes anywhere from the $550,000 mark for a, 1,800, 1,900 square foot home, and then all the way up to about $1 million or so for some of these J.K. Marnick, 3,000 square foot, 3-car garage homes on a little bit bigger lots. There's a lot of different options within Tahali here, anywhere in between 600,000, 700, 800, 900,000. There's lots of different homes available that could fit what you're looking for here in the Tahali area. Now, the reason I have this on this video is because it is definitely on that edge of a commutable distance. This is the closest one on my list here. on this video that I have to the Seattle area. Like I said, it's 40 miles. I know there are some people that make this commute from Bonney Lake to Seattle or to Bellevue, that east side, to go in for their job. You know, so if you're working, you know, part-time from home and part-time in the office, you're going in 2 to 3 days a week, this might be doable for you. You know, personally, if I was working in the office full-time, I would not go from Bonney Lake to Seattle or Bellevue 5 days a week. Just wouldn't be worth it. But if you're working completely remote or you know, partially remote, this could be a good option for you. The nice thing about this Bonney Lake area is the convenience to outdoor activities and beautiful views. So you're really close to Mount Rainier. So as you're coming in and out of the Tahali master plan community, you've got this beautiful view of Mount Rainier, the snow-capped mountain. You're close to Mount Rainier, of course, so if you want to go to the national park, you like hiking and camping and snowshoeing and backpacking and all this kind of stuff, all these outdoor activities, you're in pretty quick access to do those things. So it's a great area to live for those of you that are outdoor recreation enthusiasts. It's also close to Crystal Mountain, so if you enjoy snowshoeing and skiing and snowboarding and things like that, it's a pretty close distance to Crystal Mountain as well. All right, so number 2 city on my list here is going to be Camano Island. So Camano Island is about 65 miles north of Seattle, so this is not really in any kind of commutable distance. If you're going right into downtown Seattle or into downtown Bellevue for work, this is why I say this is really for somebody that's work from home, or if you live on the north or you work on the north side, not too far from Camano Island, this is a great place to live as well. But for somebody, you know, that works from home and wants a little bit different of a, you know, a calmer, more relaxed lifestyle, not living in that hustle and bustle, Camano Island is an amazing place for that. Camano Island is right on Port Susan, so there's a lot of different beaches, state parks, places that you can go right on the water there and enjoy all that has to offer. In my opinion, Port Susan is actually the best place to swim when we're talking about the Puget Sound and whatnot, all up and down the Seattle metro area. It's the warmest, in my opinion. There are some spots, you know, closer to Seattle that feel to me far colder when it comes to the water. I won't get in that water on the Puget Sound down there in some areas, but when you go up to Camano Island and Port Susan, it seems like the water is a bit warmer, so it's much more friendly to go swimming and whatnot throughout the tube and go relax on the tube and float around or whatnot. Take the kids and build sand castles. We go over here all the time. You know, I don't live in Camano Island, but we will do a day trip a couple times a year to Camano Island and just go on the beach and hang out with our daughter, you know, play in the sand, play in the water. It's a beautiful place to be. In terms of living there, the median home price in Camano Island right now is $577,000. You could find a small 2 to 3 bedroom home for around $450,000 or so, and then all the way up to a multi-million-dollar home with, you know, waterfront views and just a beautiful, grandiose home. So, and everything in between. So there's a lot of options here in Camano Island. There's some manufactured homes as well. This is a good spot to go if you're looking for something with a good amount of land. There's plenty of homes on acreage here on Camano Island. There's small beach homes, so if you want something just with a small lot, you know, really close, you know, across the street from the water, right on the water, there's a lot of beach homes here in Camano Island. This is, you know, traditionally been a popular spot where a lot of people have gone to retire. It's a bit more relaxing, but that's definitely changing quite a bit. There's a lot more people moving out that way, you know, that, like I said, that work from home and whatnot, because it is a very peaceful and calm area to be. You're not in the middle of the hustle and bustle. You're not dealing with the insane traffic, assuming you're not commuting to and from on I-5 all the time. If you're just staying within Camano Island for the most part, you're not dealing with insane traffic. So it's a very, very nice place to live. It's a very outdoorsy recreation type area. You've got the state parks. You can zip line. You can go hiking and backpacking. There's a lot that you can do here on Camano Island on a nice weekend day. It's absolutely beautiful place to be, especially in the summer, and hang out there. They've got a great 4th of July fireworks show all around Camano Island, so very nice place to be. All right, so the last one I'm going to go over here on my list is going to be Poulsbo. So Poulsbo is on the Kitsap Peninsula. So if you're coming from Seattle and going to Poulsbo, let's say you just need to go into Seattle for some reason, you can go two ways. You can head north and jump on a ferry and take the ferry over to the Kitsap Peninsula and then drive down to Poulsbo, over to Kingston, and then go over to Poulsbo. Or you can drive all the way around, go down south through Tacoma on I-5, and then jump over through Gig Harbor, and then go up the peninsula that way. So a couple different ways you can go. Another reason this isn't super commutable for those of you that are working full-time in the Seattle area that have to be, working at the office, because, you can jump on the ferry, and theoretically, it's not that long of a distance. Poulsbo is really only about 35 miles east of Seattle, but the reason it's tough if you're going to try to commute is because of that ferry. Wait times, you can get to the ferry terminal and you could be waiting an hour or two just to get on the ferry. So that really makes it tough to commute from this peninsula area over to the Seattle area for work. But if you're working from home, this is definitely a great place to be. Poulsbo right now has a median home price of $585,000. So this, again, similar to Camano Island, this is a much more calm, kind of low-key, relaxed place to live. It's not the hustle and bustle of the Seattle area or the East Side area. So a lot of people, very similar to Camano Island, like I said, a lot of people have traditionally gone over there to retire and whatnot, but there's a lot more people moving over that way these days, and it's building quite a bit, but still that low-key, slower-paced lifestyle. They've got a nice historic downtown area. Poulsbo is considered, it's got the nickname Little Norway. So they've got this really cool downtown area with all the shops and restaurants and breweries, places you can hang out, antique shops, small businesses, some doctor's offices and whatnot down there as well. There's a marina and waterfront park, so you can hang out there, have a picnic. It's a really cool downtown area. It's really, if you live outside of Poulsbo, it's a really cool place to just go take a day trip on a nice summer day. So a really nice, relaxed place to live for sure. And again, for those of you that kind of have that lifestyle, that outdoor recreation is what you like, you've got Olympic Mountains just to the west. So if you enjoy the hiking and the backpacking and the kayaking and the snowshoeing and the skiing and the snowboarding and all that kind of stuff, you're within an hour of that in the Olympic Mountains there on the west side, by Port Angeles. So this is another area where there's a lot of different outdoor recreation that you can take advantage of while living in a place that's a much slower pace kind of lifestyle. All right, well, this wraps up my video on some of the top places to live around Seattle when you're working from home and you don't have to consider a commute. If you want somewhere with a little bit cheaper home prices, you can get more bang for your buck, a little bit slower paced of a lifestyle. These are my top 3 options that I would consider. When we're talking about Poulsbo in the Kitsap Peninsula, there's a lot of other places all up and down that peninsula that are great to be, great to live, that you might want to check out as well. So if you've got questions on moving over here, you're planning to make a move over here, and you need some help making that transition and buying a home over here, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I'd be more than happy to help you through that process. And I appreciate you watching this video. Feel free to check out either of these 2 videos right up here for some more content on what it's like living over here in the Seattle metro area.